Hello and welcome back to the Odd Gaming Podcast. We are live and in person today. Ed, how's it going today?
It's going really good. I'm excited to be here. This has been something we've been excited about since we've been doing this not in person. So to be in person, it's going to be a great one. I can feel it.
Absolutely. We're super excited. Hey, if y'all haven't listened yet, we have episodes 1 through 3, which is our trilogy for our favorite games from 1990 to 2020. It was a lot of fun making this, a ton of fun kind of thinking about all the different games and things we played back in the day, figuring out which ones we played together that we didn't know from our childhood, and even discovering a couple new games that we're definitely interested in playing.
So yeah, with that, share it with your friends, your family members, your dog, your doctor, whoever you see on the street. Just get the word out there. We want people to hear what we love, which is video games. So yeah, go share, go listen, subscribe, whatever people call it these days.
Absolutely. We're on every single major podcast platform, so definitely go take a listen on your favorite podcast platform. Hey, we're also on Instagram too. We're definitely going to start ramping that up, so definitely follow Odd Gaming Media on Instagram. We're excited for a lot of things that we're going to be posting on there, doing a couple polls, coming up with some different ideas, hopefully getting some feedback from y'all to make our show even better and come up with some great ideas to provide some content to you guys as well.
Yeah, and that'll be the best way to connect with us, to interact with us, is through our Instagram. So yeah, get on our Instagram and just post your thoughts and have fun with us.
Definitely. We're having fun here. We're all about our podcast is about just sharing our passion with y'all, discussing kind of talking amongst ourselves to figure out different games we like, go over some nostalgic content. So we're definitely excited to keep this and keep it going off the ground. So
yeah, so with that, let's get this thing started. So we've been talking about video games, but we're going to change it up a little this week. So we were talking about, our top favorite games throughout the years, but today let's do our top 3 consoles.
This is a difficult one. We have been deleting and re-adding consoles for the last hour, trying to figure out our favorite consoles of our generation, most influential, but we also threw in a little bit of an odd twist. So we chose 3 of our favorite consoles, but with that console, we must choose one game that if we were on a desert island, that's the only game we could play on that console as well. So definitely a lot of thought, made us think for a long, long time. So we're excited to kind of share our thoughts and get into it. So Ed, I'll have you kick it off. Let's go with yours.
Yeah, so lots of thought went into this, but my first choice is going to be the Ice Blue Game Boy Pocket.
There it is.
Yeah,
okay.
The Ice Blue Game Boy Pocket.
Not the Game Boy Color.
Not the Game Boy Color.
Okay.
Let's get that straight.
Yeah. They're very different.
Very different.
Yep.
Both made by Nintendo, though.
Absolutely.
But yeah, the Ice Blue Game Boy Pocket, that was my first handheld console. I don't remember if it was my actual first console, but it was my first handheld console, and I put so many hours into that thing. It was a lot of fun, and it did come with Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which I found out just because I was curious and browsing on eBay, because, that's what we do. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's your fault that I'm on eBay all the time.
You're welcome.
But I was looking, I was like, what does it cost for the Game Boy Pocket that I got in mint condition with Link's Awakening, it was a Target exclusive.
Oh, no.
I looked, and
this is brand new in box.
Brand new in box, sealed.
Okay.
Went for $10,000.
$10,000.
$10,000.
Whew.
And so that made me a little sad. I wish.
That retro market, man. Woo.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I beat that thing up too. So it is definitely not mint condition. It's somewhere in my apartment. Yeah, it's definitely not worth $10,000.
No, you might get a crisp 20 for it.
Maybe a crisp 20.
Yeah,
maybe.
Maybe.
So that made me a little sad, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's okay. What I think about it is you had a ton of enjoyment.
Yes.
And that all started all those years ago, which created what we have today, which is our love of gaming and this podcast. So that's worth the 10 grand loss to me.
Oh yeah, that's 10 grand.
Memories are
Who
10
needs
grand.
it? Yeah, who needs 10 grand?
Come on.
Game Boy Pocket, that was my number one choice. I played
yeah.
so many games on that thing. Lots of great memories with it. Like I said, Link's Awakening, excellent game, so much fun. I played a million other games on there. But yeah, that was my first choice.
Absolutely.
So you're next.
Man, Link's Awakening, that's got to be a top 5 Game Boy game, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a phenomenal game. And the
Phenomenal
fact that it
game.
was packed in with a console, Target exclusive console, that's incredible deal.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Man, I'm just going to be the echo in the room then. It's the Game Boy Pocket. That's my favorite as well. So I started with an original Game Boy, and I remember finding it in a bucket in my dad's garage cleaning out when I was like 5 years old. Played that, but I didn't have many games for it because it wasn't mine. So he had The Little Mermaid
Nice.
and Tetris.
I don't think I ever played The Little Mermaid. Definitely Tetris.
You know what?
But not The Little Mermaid.
Not a bad license game. It's fun
Okay.
on the Game Boy. It's not bad. It's not bad. But again, Game Boy Pocket. Thinking about the games I played, I have great memories of it. Just a little backstory on me. I was a military kid growing up, so every couple years, 2-3 years, we moved to a different state or country. And I remember for an early birthday before we moved that we went to Toys R Us, which as a kid, I mean, still nowadays, if they were still around, it'd still feel like it. But the mecca of just all the hallways and all the aisles of just games everywhere. All the Game Boys, all the boxes, all of the consoles, just everything. It felt surreal at the time.
Toy Story, I remember as a kid. I think for every kid, the way you explained it is literally, it's just this huge, massive place with never-ending toys.
Oh, yeah.
Video games.
It felt like those aisles were like 25 feet tall
Oh, yeah.
and 100 feet long, and they were incredible, but I digress a little bit on that. We got a little carried away. You know, nostalgia of Toys R Us.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
gets me going. So
That can be an episode on its own right
oh,
there.
that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I remember going there, picking out the Game Boy. My original one was the green one, so I'm not as cool as you, but I mean, I
Green's
had the
still
green,
a great color.
great color, green Game Boy Pocket, and then picked up with it. It was separate. It wasn't a bundle pack, but I picked up Super Mario Land 2 and the 6 Golden Coins, which fantastic
Oh,
game.
yeah.
If you go back and listen to our, I believe, episode 1, we definitely talk about that game as well.
Mhm.
So, man, starting off on the same foot there. So,
Yeah.
Game Boy means a lot to us from the
Yeah.
beginning. Portable consoles for me meant a lot. I always played those a lot more than my TV consoles. It was easy to, you know, quote unquote, be with the family and then play that, or you're at the dinner table and you got a little, you know, Pokemon
Yep.
underneath while you're eating your tuna noodle
Yep.
casserole. So the Game Boy is just it's gaming on the go, and I probably played that more than most of my consoles, at least in the
Yeah.
elementary school era.
Yeah. And now it's even today. Just now, handheld consoles are become huge again. So
Love
yeah, you can
handhelds.
still, you know, eat dinner, play a little handheld console underneath. You know,
It's not my mom yelling at me now; it's
yeah,
my wife.
Yeah,
so
now it's your
it's-
wife yelling at you.
it's the same thing. Things don't change between
Yeah.
25 years. So
Yeah.
great console.
Yeah.
But let's get into the hard hitting question. And if you crashed on a desert island with your ice blue Game Boy Pocket,
Blue.
exclusive from Target,
Exclusive from Target.
what game would you bring with you that you would exclusively play on that ice blue Game Boy Pocket?
Man, once again, these questions are not fair.
Whoever
But
comes up with these,
yeah,
we
who
hate
came
'em.
up with these? Yeah,
This
I
is
don't like them.
terrible.
This is terrible. I quit.
yes.
No, let's see. So, again, lots of thought went into this. It could literally change, but I'm going to go with this. It's going to be Pokemon Red.
Why'd you go with Pokemon Red?
One, I believe that is the one I had. I'm not going to lie, it was either blue or red, but I feel in my head it was red, so I'm going to go with red.
Most people had red. I was a blue kid growing
Yeah.
up. But all my friends were like, oh, red's cooler because there's Charizard. Okay, yeah. But Blastoise.
No, Blastoise is awesome.
Come on. Blastoise is great.
Yeah, but Pokemon Red is just such a fun game. Like, it was very 90s. It was a huge part of our childhood. Pokemon's still huge today, but just to be a part where Pokemon just really started such a cool thing, and it makes me feel old. But anyways, it was a fun game, just being able to travel this open world, catch all these creatures, fight them, and try to become the Pokemon master.
You got to be the very best.
You got to be the very best.
That no one ever was.
No one ever was, which Ash finally did it.
Oh, yes.
I
We've
guess,
already given our
yeah.
congrats, but
Yeah,
know,
congrats.
always congrats to Ash Ketchum.
Congrats to Ash
Good
Ketchum. He
job.
did it. But yeah, I wanted to be Ash. And so just being able to go capture Pokemon trades, and then there's so much more to it that I can't even think of right now. But it was a fun game, and there's so many hours that can be put into that game.
Man. Tell me about it. For sure.
It's never ending.
Oh, you can play that game forever. And, hey, with red or blue, whichever one,
Yep.
you have the miss and go.
Yep.
You do have the miss and go cheat. So, I mean, I was not the most studious person in school. I don't remember, my division or my cursive or any of that stuff that I was learning at the time. But I remember how to do the miss and go to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. I remember the hard-hitting and most important things. How to do the miss and go cheat.
Yeah. Which, who thought of that?
We were talking about that the other day, about like the different bug exploitations and all that, and how it came around, especially back in 97, 98 time frame, where the internet wasn't as big as it is today. You're not seeing all this stuff being posted on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. It's playground talk. You're reading magazines, and you're talking with that kid on the playground, be like, hey, I played blue last night, I found miss and go. Like, nah, that can't be real. No, you got to do this and this and this and this. And I go home that night and I do it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, miss and go's real.
Yeah.
And then the whole fear, just that little fear of an 8-year-old kid of the fact that it could corrupt and crash your game.
Oh, yeah.
Is exhilarating. It's the biggest rush an 8-year-old kid could have.
You got to have, it's such a huge rush. But, every once in a while there'd be that unlucky kid.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're not happy. But, hey, if it worked, awesome.
Hey, there's 99x rare candies.
But whoever found that glitch, I have no idea how you did it.
Hey, if
witchcraft,
that person's listening,
but thank you.
Definitely, we'll invite you onto the podcast.
Yeah, you're invited onto the podcast.
If you have found that, definitely hit us up for sure.
Yeah, hit us up. We'd love to know how you found it, because I have no idea. It
Absolutely.
blows my mind. Even today, things that people find still blows my mind. But back then, 100% blows my mind.
For sure.
Okay, so that was mine. So if you were stranded on a desert island, what would be your choice?
I think we're synced up today, man, because mine's a little different.
A little different? Is it a
You
little
know, my
different
green,
color?
it is. It's gold.
Gold. Ooh, that's
Pokemon
a
Gold.
good one. It's a good one.
So I thought long and hard about this one, and I had blue on mine for a little bit, and I deleted it, added gold back, deleted it, added blue. I went gold because for me, like, I loved blue. I played a ton of blue. Gold for me was one of the last games I played Pokemon-wise until I was an adult. That's in the phase I thought I was too cool for Pokemon, and I had to be one of the cool kids, which I was still one of the losers. I was, at the table playing Magic cards, but
Heck yeah.
no, Pokemon wasn't cool anymore. So,
No.
so there's some nostalgia there because it's the last one I played on a Game Boy console. I didn't start picking them back up until like the DS era again. So that has a lot to me, but also the mythical birds. I love the mythical birds. So having that plus a whole new region, I believe it's the Johto region in the gold game, even the graphic updates on it, everything else. Great game. Love it. Definitely gold.
Oh, yeah. I believe I actually had that one. Yep.
Yeah, gold's great.
Yeah, I think technically I think it's now my wife's, but it's okay.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's okay. Great choice. Great
It
game. Lots of great memories on that one. That was, I remember picking that one up as a kid too, and another amazing Pokemon game. Pokemon has a lot of amazing, and there's really not a bad Pokemon game.
Absolutely. No, they are fantastic. It is a technical Game Boy Color game,
Yep.
but it does work on the Game Boy, so it's completely fine.
Yeah.
I like the Pocket better. I had a Game Boy Color. It's okay,
Yep.
but the Pocket's where it's at. I can still play gold.
Yeah,
So it's okay.
there you go.
Absolutely. So, number 2. Ed, what is your number 2 favorite console?
My number 2 favorite console would have to be the Nintendo 64.
Oh, yeah. Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, it's such a fun console, and it was very innovative.
It blew my mind the
It
first
blew
time
my
I
mind.
saw one.
The controller was weird and oddly shaped, but it's okay.
It's a great controller.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like the controller.
Oh,
It's still
yeah.
awkward to play.
It's still awkward, but it's
It's an iconic and great using controller.
and there's just a lot of great games that came onto the Nintendo 64 that revolutionized gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of games we have today that we wouldn't have today if it wasn't for those games that were out on the 64. But I remember going to a friend's house and playing like GoldenEye and Mario and what else? What else? Other games did we play?
Mario Party.
Oh, Mario Party.
and
Mario Kart. Super Smash.
Super Smash.
Yeah.
Those right there are the quintessential sleepover games.
The little Duke Nukem.
That was when the parents went to sleep
Yeah, when
game.
the parents. Yeah, that was after hours.
Yeah, that was the after hours game. Definitely not parent approved.
Yeah, so, but no, it's such a fun console. Still love it to this day. And then they had like lots of really cool colors. They had the neon ones that you can like see the insides of the console, which is really cool. And even like the actual box of the 64 was super cool. I think it's one of my favorite.
The colors, I think it's a Fantastic series, correct?
Fantastic. Yeah,
those look awesome. I
Oh
love
yeah,
those.
they were just super cool. Like when I see Nintendo 64 boxes, I'm like, I really want one.
Oh yeah.
They're great. They're awesome. It's just so much. There's so much like thought that went into like the branding for the 64. Like
Definitely.
and it was very 90s too. Like 90s going, I guess, almost somewhere into 2000s.
It was
late.
fantastic.
It was fantastic.
I mean, it's definitely.
Yeah,
90s.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the Nintendo 64 classic console, love it to this day. That's my number 2. What's your number 2?
So this one I kicked around for a while. I was trying to think of like consoles that meant a lot to me, or I played a lot of games on, or made some like gaming sense to me growing up. So I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm going straight to college at this point.
Ooh, college.
We're skipping through middle school. We're skipping through high school. And this is a little bit of a weird one for me, but I'm putting on the Xbox 360.
Xbox 3. Wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either. I had the PS2 on there, give you a little insight on it, and I was going through, and I'm like, man, I love the PS2. There's a ton of great games. But for me, some of the games that I want to play, especially the Desert Island thing, there was a little bit of an impact, the Xbox 360. So the 360 was my first Xbox console. Never had an Xbox. 360 I played at friends' houses in high school, all of that. I ended up picking one up my second year in college, and at the time, there were so many amazing exclusives that I wanted the Xbox 360 for. BioShock was an Xbox exclusive at the time.
Great game.
You had games like Mass Effect, Crackdown, Halo 3, which is phenomenal, Gears of War series.
Such a great
All
game
games,
series.
and there's probably a couple I'm not thinking of right now that were exclusive that I was like, I need this. Left 4 Dead 2. A ton of friends were playing Left 4 Dead 2 and Left 4 Dead 1 at the time. So I was like, I need to get a 360. And for me, that was my first foray into kind of the community of gaming with a lot of other people, because I was always a PlayStation person, and I kind of felt like the loner of the group, because everyone's like, oh, I got an Xbox. I'm like, I got a PS2.
Yeah.
And I got a PS3. Oh, I got a 360. And so that was my first time kind of collaborating in that. And that was my first true online gaming experience. I did some PS3 stuff back in high school, but that wasn't the best online experience at the time. So for me, the 360 was super influential when it came to the online play and just diving into so many games I've been reading about and watching people play for years that I finally had access to.
360, I had that console. I got a used one. The Ring of Death happened on it.
Oh, no.
But it's okay. I ended up getting another one. I don't.
Nice.
So it's okay. So it all worked out in the end. But yeah,
It's
the
okay.
360 had such amazing games, and also I think our friendship too in college started, and the 360 was a part of it.
It was a huge one, man. We did a lot of shoving 15 guys into a dorm room.
Oh yeah.
And just we're all over the place playing 360. We'd set up a PS3, all our little 24-inch TVs, get a bunch of pizzas from Pizza Hut.
Oh yeah.
Stack them up on our beds. And just play till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Oh yeah, I literally walked in the snow to get some Pizza Hut one time. It was so cold, but it was worth it.
Absolutely, you made the trek, and
did.
you forged for the group.
I know,
and we appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
Even though it was cold when it got back, but
it's okay. We had pizza, and pizza is still good
we
cold.
had pizza,
so it's okay.
That's kind of the reasoning. It took a lot of thought for me, because I'm a Sony guy, I'm a PlayStation guy.
Through and through, your Sony.
But at the end of the day, if I have to think of my favorite and most influential, I think the Xbox 360 for sure had to be an influential. Absolutely.
Heck yeah. No, great choice. Great console. Wasn't expecting that, but hey, I
know, I had to
understand.
I had to throw that curveball a little bit.
That is a massive curveball, but I can respect that.
Man, so let's we're on a vacation now. You take your fantastic N64.
Fantastic 64.
And you fall off the plane and crash into an island.
Oh no.
But only one game falls out of the airplane. What game is it?
That one game. Such a this is not, I don't know if it's it's definitely not, I don't know if it's the best game out there, but it is a popular game.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. It's wacky. It's crazy. It's definitely not child appropriate, and that is South Park.
Yes. What a great game. I know that was a favorite game of yours. I wasn't expecting that, but good choice. Why is that the game?
One, because it was South Park. So
Yep.
being a kid playing South Park, a game that's meant not for kids, there's just something about that.
And you were what, 8, 9 at the time?
Yeah, 8, 9
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
Appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
appropriate. Yeah, great family game. Just the stuff you could do, like you had, was it the alien gun that you can shoot and it causes people, I believe, to dance or sing
yeah?
or something? I can't exactly remember. There's just so many random weapons. You can throw snowballs with pee on them and throw them at people.
That's the most iconic thing ever.
Yeah,
That's video game like lore. That's
Oh,
got to
yeah.
be like a greatest thing of all time in video
Oh
games.
yeah. So there's that, and then I remember, like, this game's been out forever, so if you haven't played it, too bad. But the cheat, is like the master cheat, the ultimate cheat code was Bobby Bird. So if you typed in Bobby Bird in the cheat code menu, it would unlock every single gun. It would unlock everything.
Wow.
And there's just so much fun to be had with that game. Like, just the things you can do, just the different weapons. They're just fun weapons, and just you're going through, and it's South Park. Like,
It's fun.
it's fun.
It's a fun game.
I don't even know what the story was. I think aliens were a part of it. I don't even know. It's a fun game where you can just shoot things, do weird random stuff. It's just a fun game. Like, that's really it.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, you don't need a great story. It's South Park. Like,
It's South Park, and you got to play this until you get rescued.
yeah.
So, would you play this every day until you get rescued?
Yeah, I'd play it. I'd
Okay,
play
there we
it.
go.
That's why it fell out. Yeah, and
That's
I don't know
it.
how I have electricity, but
No, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
No, we don't need any of that.
we don't need any of that. But
No,
yeah.
we're not thinking of the logistics of it.
Yeah,
we're
we're
just
not.
saying you have the console and it works.
Yeah, it
That's
works.
it.
So there we go.
Perfect.
Okay, so you're on vacation. You're playing your 360 on the plane.
Pew pew pew.
It's a fancy plane.
Oh, it is a fancy plane.
Yeah, because you're playing a 360.
if I'm playing a 360 on
Yeah.
there, either that
Yeah.
or someone next to me really hates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The plane goes down. You're stranded on the island. What game fell out?
I think this one's gonna surprise you a little bit too. But it meant a lot to me growing up. This was a game I played at friends' houses all the time, and I think this is the best version of this game. Halo 3.
That's a good one.
For me, I think this island might get internet, so the multiplayer is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
The island internet's pretty decent, so
Oh, yeah.
definitely multiplayer. But I think for Halo, it has the best campaign for Halo games.
100.
In-
I can
in my
agree.
opinion.
100%.
I think it has the best campaign out there. The graphic jump from 2 to 3 was incredible, using as much of the 360 power as possible. I played that game so many times, a lot of college memories. I remember when it came out, I was a senior in high school, and half the school didn't show up the next day after the release because they were all called in, quote-unquote, sick,
Oh yeah.
and played Halo 3 all day.
Oh yeah. My memory serves correct. I think Halo 3 was lots of people's favorites. I believe, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Halo 3 is one of the more universally favorite
Oh, yeah.
Halo games. I still think like 4 was good. Hot take, I think Reach was really good.
Mhm.
But Halo 3 was a phenomenal
Oh
game.
yeah.
Just taking it from the 2 to 3 era, I thought it was great. The 360 itself made it even better. I can't talk too much about this game because it's just incredible. So
It's incredible.
it speaks for itself. If you haven't played Halo 3 and you're into first-person shooters and you've played some of the other Halo games, go play Halo 3.
Oh yeah.
That is by far, still to this day, holds up. Great game.
Not gonna disappoint.
No, not one bit at all. Oh, man, I think we're into our last one, aren't
Last one.
we? Number 3. Ed, what's number 3?
Number 3. I would say this was a very influential one for me and a huge part of my childhood. I think you know what it is.
Okay.
It's the GameCube.
I figured. I'd be surprised if it wasn't the
Yeah.
GameCube.
It was the purple GameCube. I still have it. Still have the original controller. It still works.
Heck yeah.
I need to actually plug it in and play it one day. But it had so many great games. It's just a huge part of my childhood, especially at that time. I was getting older. I think it was middle school, going maybe maybe a little
It'd
high
be
school.
around that
middle
time.
schoolish. Yeah, I remember just hanging out playing Smash Bros. So that was a fun game. You got Wind Waker that came out for the GameCube. That was another great game. And it was fun. And it was like a little cube and like little tiny discs, which was different,
Very.
very different. And I remember one of the fun things that I love to do is whenever the intro, the GameCube thing is doing the boop. If you hold down the Z button, it
Oh,
actually
yeah.
makes a little squeaky noise.
Yep.
And then I think like a little baby or something
I think
laughs
there's
at the
there's
end.
a couple different
Yeah,
noises.
there's a
isn't there?
couple. I think
Yeah.
there's another one. I don't know how to do, but I know that if you hold down Z, you get the little squeaky noises.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool.
Oh, it's
When I
great.
found out how to do that, I felt awesome. 'Cause I was like, I know something that other people don't.
How many times did you just reboot your game
Insider,
just
not.
to do
Oh
that?
yeah, yeah, a lot,
A lot.
a lot. I definitely did.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, and I remember it also had like the little handle thing so you can carry it.
You can take it to lunch.
You can take it to lunch.
Yeah.
Take it to the doctor's office. You
I
know,
mean,
you can
heck
take
yeah.
it wherever you want.
Wherever you want.
Wherever
I
you want.
never understood the handle thing. Like I don't even get it. I don't understand the handle thing.
Me
It was
neither.
an obscure console.
Yeah.
It was a great console. I think for Nintendo, it might have the best game.
Oh yeah.
But people didn't realize it was one of the worst selling Nintendo consoles.
Yep, definitely
And
was.
that's why it has like the biggest spike in pricing right now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
everyone wants it because they realize how many amazing games
Yeah.
and one-off games that
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo created, or characters or side characters that got their own game on the GameCube
Oh, yeah.
that they've never since.
It's crazy. If you go to like video game stores, retro video game stores, you're not gonna really find any GameCube games on shelves.
So
They're all
difficult.
gonna be behind glass. And if you do find games, they're just really horrible sports games.
Pretty much. They're either horrible sports games or they're $100 or more.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is an incredible console, but it was just so underrated.
Oh
at the
yeah,
time.
and also the fact that you could connect a Game Boy Advance to it
Oh,
too as
yeah.
well and play games.
Did you have that growing up?
I did. When I went to my friend's house, or if he'd come over, he'd bring the cord and we'd connect the Game Boy
Nice.
Advance because we'd do Four Swords, and
Oh,
then you
yeah.
had I can't remember what the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I know you could do that too.
Yep.
I don't remember all the other games, but those were the two I know that we used it for.
Mm-hmm.
Such a fun console. Yeah, definitely didn't do great, but now it has a cult following, and because people found out how amazing these
I
games
know.
really are. So many amazing games. So yeah, the GameCube.
Heck yeah, man! I'm collecting a lot of the GameCube stuff and games right now, and really diving into it because I was a Nintendo guy. My sister had the GameCube in her room. She had it on that awesome little SpongeBob CRT TV.
Oh yeah, I remember that TV.
Freaking awesome TV. But so I didn't get to play a lot, and a lot of the games that she had, besides like Super Mario Sunshine, which is a great game, it was like the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter, and Battle for Bikini Bottom, which
Oh yeah.
are good games.
Oh,
They're good
yeah.
licensed games. So
Oh yeah.
I didn't get to play a lot of it, so I'm playing a lot of them now. And even 20 years later, those games hold up. They're
Oh,
great
yeah.
games. I don't know why there's not a new Wario game,
There should be.
because the Wario game on the GameCube is fantastic.
Come on, Nintendo.
Come on.
Let's get a Wario
Yeah,
game.
and isn't that the last console they got F-Zero? It's either that or the Wii.
I think the Wii. Yeah,
The
I
Wii
believe.
might have?
I think it was the Wii. I'm not 100%, but I believe it was the Wii.
But still, like
Yeah.
all these consoles or all these games that have stayed on there, or that was the best iteration or version of that game on the GameCube. I mean, that's
Great
way
console.
too underrated at the time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were fire sailing those things at like Walmart and stuff for what, $50 when the Wii came out. Like
Oh yeah.
they were just getting rid of them.
Mhm.
So now it's one of the hottest gaming consoles
Oh yeah,
that's
and then
mainstream.
what was it? Today actually showed me a post of someone that went to a Goodwill, got a GameCube and a bunch of games for probably $600-700 worth of stuff for like $25.
Oh yeah, there's still deals to be had for
yeah,
sure. But
so check
it's
out your
crazy.
local Goodwill. You might find something. I never do, but you might find
yeah,
something.
you might, but I usually find like old baby clothes and
Yeah.
like beat up furniture.
Yeah,
That's about
so-
it. Yeah.
You know, maybe one day.
Yeah. And like used toasters that still have bread in them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh
So,
yeah. I eat the bread. It's good.
Yeah, the green stuff is
The
healthy
green
for
stuff,
you,
yeah,
right?
it's healthy. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what mom always told me. Yeah.
yeah, builds up the immune. It's a great way to stay in shape.
Great way to stay in
Great
shape.
way to
Builds
stay
that
in shape.
character.
Yep,
you
builds
know?
character.
Oh, GameCube. Good choice. Good choice.
Yes. I feel I know the question you're gonna ask me.
I am. So you're carrying your GameCube on the little handle.
Yeah.
And you're wheeling that thing through, and you get transported to an island.
Oh no.
But the GameCube's still in your hand with the handle.
That's good.
But all your games disappeared.
Oh
except
no.
for one.
Except for one. Oh, that's
What game
good.
is it?
Oh man. Another game that was it the best game out there? Probably not. But is it a fun game? Yes, it is. And that is Spider-Man 2. What?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm talking about Tobey Maguire
Oh, we're talking
Spider-Man.
about I know. It's
Oh,
Toby.
yeah,
It's
Toby.
for sure Toby.
Probably one of the most fun superhero video games like that came from a movie, because let's face it, there's a lot of video games that have come out that aren't great. They're pretty
There's a fair
bad.
share.
There's
Yeah.
a fair share, but the Spider-Man games were great.
I loved them.
Yeah, and it's just the fact that just the humor too, because it's just there is a cult following with the Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. There's lots of memes and stuff.
Tons.
Yeah,
the
and
best ones.
Yeah, best ones. Like just some of the interactions you have with people is just really horrible. Like it's just horrible voice acting. It's just horrible, but it's just still funny.
Yeah.
It's great, but it's just you can swing. I love just the whole open concept of being able to go throughout, New York and just swing wherever I want. Just the open world of it. It was just fun. I felt like I was Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
And just that freedom. And obviously, I'd always go to the tallest building, which I think was the Empire State
I never played 2. I only played
Building.
1, so I believe should be the Empire State
Yeah, I would
Building,
always. I
so-
think everyone does. I
Yeah.
always love to go to the very top and
Oh,
then
yeah.
jump off, and then just wait until the last minute to swing, or just drop and just hit the floor. But it's
Oh,
a fun game.
It was.
So yeah, Spider-Man 2. I could have chose any Spider-Man, but
Two?
or as far in the Tobey Maguire one, but Spider-Man 2. That's one I chose.
Man, I haven't played 2 yet. I have it. I need it. It's definitely in my backlog.
Yep.
I played 1 growing up. It was definitely a Blockbuster
Oh,
rental
yeah.
on multiple weekends, and I love that game. I thought the game was fantastic, especially for a licensed game.
Oh yeah.
I rented it. I probably rented it so much I could have paid for the game twice
Oh,
at that
yeah.
point. But it was, I really liked it. So if 2 is anything like that, I'm definitely in for
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah, great game, very similar. So yeah, Spider-Man,
Spider-Man 2.
2.
I would have never guessed that one, but that's
Yeah.
a really good game.
Yeah,
that was a peak of licensed games, though.
Yeah.
Licensed games were really good. Even Spider-Man games at that time were good.
Oh yeah.
Definitely not Superman. But,
Oh yeah, Superman. That's the best game ever.
Yeah.
Best game
Superman
ever.
64, fantastic.
Yeah.
Those rings moved. It wasn't the controls.
Yeah,
the rings.
the
moved.
rings moved.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. Yeah, the rings. Yeah, Superman versus the rings.
Yep, that's it. That should have been the name of the.
That should have been
name of
yeah.
the game.
Because
Yep.
I don't remember anything else. But that's a different story.
Yep. But at least Spider-Man was good.
Yeah,
Spider-Man was good. Good movies too.
Oh yeah.
I like the Toby ones.
Oh,
I know they're a
yeah.
little cheesy, but
a little cheesy, but still probably
like
some of my
'em.
favorite.
I like them.
I like them. Yeah. So yeah, Spider-Man 2. Okay, so mine was GameCube, Spider-Man 2. Okay, what about you? What's your final choice?
So this one took a little bit of thinking too, but I didn't. This one was probably my easiest, besides the Game Boy. The 360 one was the one I went back and forth on, but I have to go with the PS3.
PS3.
PS3, that generational leap. Because like 360, PS3 came out around the same time. 360 was a year before. Going from a PS2 to a PS3 was such a massive jump at the time. I remember popping in like Resistance, Fall of Man, which was a great first-person shooter that was exclusive to the PS3 at the time, which they need to bring that series back. The Resistance series, I don't know if you've played them, Ed.
I've played a little, not a lot. I've
Yeah.
played a little, but not enough.
They are an amazing first-person shooter, over the top, crazy. Insomniac made the series. They're great, but I just remember playing that at the time and just thinking, wow, how can video games get any better than this? And they have.
Oh, yeah.
But the PS3, I had an original. I got one for Christmas that first year. I was super lucky to get that. And I had the original 60 gig model, the 4 USB ports. I had the backwards compatibility.
Oh, snap.
Loved it. Played that thing for a few years. And then I went to college and I went to go take a final. Came back to my dorm room. And someone stole it.
That's really sad.
It was super sad. And then I remember, just being sad, had to file a police report, all that fun stuff. And I remember telling my grandma and everyone else at the table during Thanksgiving was like, oh, that's so sad. And she's like, well, at least you have more time to study now.
Why would you want to study?
Yes, that was my point. So
What's that?
Exactly. I just played video games.
Yeah.
So. But I love that console. I played a ton of games. That was one of those ones I really started getting into like gaming media
Oh, yeah.
at that time. So I had every video game magazine I could find. I watched a lot of G4, a lot of IGN, a lot of that stuff, and a lot of games were coming out that were just they felt
Oh, yeah.
revolutionary
Oh,
at the
yeah.
time. Whether they flopped, whether they didn't, you had a lot of games that were just really pushing the graphical capabilities of the PS3.
Oh, yeah.
One that comes to mind is like Heavenly Sword.
Oh, yeah.
Short
Yep.
game, but a gorgeous game. Even today.
Oh, yeah.
I popped it on the other day, and it's super gorgeous. But
But as we mentioned, I think some of the best games came out around that time period. Like,
I 100% agree. We talked about it, actually. If you go listen to episode 3, actually episode 4,
Yeah.
we're on episode 4.
yeah.
let me rewind. Episode 2,
Yeah.
which talks about 2000 to 2010.
Yep.
We talk about 2007, 2008
Oh yeah.
quite a bit, and just how many revolutionary, amazing games came out, and some of those were PS3 exclusives.
Oh yeah. Sony, they had some bomb games, and
They
Microsoft did too. Microsoft and Sony both had
they
some
did.
bomb games. Right now, Sony has lots of amazing games. Microsoft,
They're getting there.
they're getting there. Yeah, they're getting there. But
Starfield.
Starfield,
hopefully?
yeah, Starfield,
Starfield?
hopefully
Hopefully.
other things. Definitely Skyrim. You know,
Oh yeah.
Skyrim
8000.
for days.
Hey, yeah. 20 years from now, we're gonna get Skyrim,
Yeah, Skyrim.
remastered 85. So.
Yeah, I was like, but please, Microsoft, really, please release something. I have the console, but I don't have much on it. So yeah, it'd be nice to get something fresh, something
first
new,
party.
some first party
Some
games.
new IPs. That'd be great.
Yeah, but anyways, no, the PS3 is
PS3.
great console.
Tons of memories with it.
Oh, yeah.
I loved every bit of that console. It's still I think it might be, depending on the day you ask me, it might be my favorite console of all time. It might be.
Yeah.
It is just so amazing. The amount of games on there are incredible. The new IPs and new games they came out with are insane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just played the original Uncharted a few weeks ago and played it on PS3, and I loved it. It was great.
I'm pretty sure, like, the PS3 is probably the first. Well, I did play obviously I played PS1, PS2, but I think the PS3 was probably the console that I really finally started playing some
Absolutely.
PlayStation games was the PS3.
I got a lot more intense with gaming in that.
Yeah,
era.
and obviously I met you at that point
Yep.
to college, so you introduced me to a lot of Sony games, and that's
yeah.
and the PS3 was
that was a mainstay.
the console.
Dude, that was
you
all through
had.
college
So,
I
yeah,
had
so all
it.
through college, yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
I loved it.
So yeah, it's because of you that I am now.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Bring you over to the dark
yeah,
side.
the dark side.
You're slowly getting me over to the Nintendo side.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, hey, but no, so many great video games doesn't matter who made them. There's lots of great video games. Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Sega.
No,
Maybe.
not era.
I'm just
Rest
saying-
in peace, Dreamcast.
Yeah, rest in peace, Dreamcast.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we talked about the PS3. So, okay, you're in a little canoe. You're canoeing. Why you're canoeing? I don't know.
Hey, that's okay.
But you're canoeing,
Taking a little
playing.
weekend canoe,
Yeah,
yeah.
playing. You have your
Oh,
PS3.
nice. Yeah. I definitely do that.
Yeah. You're going to cabin, but you don't make it to your cabin because a storm hits
Uh-oh.
and your canoe breaks.
Oh, man.
Right there, but luckily there's an island right there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a little island.
Why is there an island when I'm canoeing?
Because there is. It's
Oh,
just-
okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is.
okay,
This
sweet.
is my story.
Okay. Sorry.
It doesn't have to make sense. We don't worry about the logistics. It's just that's the way
Does
it
the
is.
canoe have electricity?
No, but
Oh, okay.
but it still works.
Solar powered.
Solar powered.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
sure. Solar
Yeah,
powered.
yeah, that works.
Yeah. But you got your PS3. You're like, yes, it's good. I'm gonna go to this island right here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna play some video games. But only one survived. What survived?
So this is one. Actually, this game wasn't brought up in my top, but the series was. I'm gonna have to go with Uncharted 3. Again, with the PS2 conversation, the graphical leap and everything that PS2 to PS3 had, Uncharted 3 was that for the series. The landscaping, the controls, the graphics, everything they put in that game felt like the best Indiana Jones action movie video game you could possibly think of, all put into one, like 18 different ideas that just got thrown into one. You get thrown off of airplanes, you're
Oh,
going
yeah.
through water, you're doing everything. I could play that game 1,000 times. It feels like a full cinematic movie in a lot of times. The gameplay,
yeah.
like I was saying, is they really tuned it in at that point. That is probably one of my top 3 favorite games on the PS3.
Oh yeah, it's such a great game. Another series that you introduced me to, and
Oh, yeah.
I agree. It's such a great series. Yeah, it's fun. No, it's true. It literally feels like you're just watching a movie, and you just kind of get to be a part of it. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So, oh yeah, great choice, Nathan Drake. He's a beast. He's got that dog in him.
Hey, that's it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Those are phenomenal games. Probably one of my favorite series. But that game in particular might be my favorite. It's a fantastic game.
Oh yeah.
On great hardware. So
Oh yeah.
that's it. But
Yeah.
hey, I want to throw in a little extra.
Oh, a little extra.
And we didn't prepare for this one. So just to give you a little behind the scenes, we usually come up with the topic
Yep.
and then we'll create our own lists and then we'll bring them together so we don't know what each other are going to talk about. But this one, let's go off the cuff a little
Okay,
bit.
let's do this
Right now, today,
right now
Okay.
today.
You're going outside.
I'm going outside.
You're going on a vacation.
Vacation.
And you get kidnapped. You
Oh,
get
no.
taken.
I
Liam
get
Neeson's
taken?
gone.
Liam Neeson's gone. Oh no.
Liam Neeson lost all his skills. You're
Oh.
not coming back.
That's sad.
But when they took you, you get to choose one console, just the console. You get
Just
to
the
choose one
console.
console. You have the full library of that console available while they take you off to their dungeon where you're going to ride.
Okay.
Okay? What console is it? Of any console from all of history
All of
up
history.
to today.
Up to today.
In 2023, what would it be?
Oh man, that's tough. I wish I could take all of them,
I know.
but if I'm gonna choose a console, my brain is like there's smoke coming out right now.
Oh, I can see it. There's
I can see
literal
it.
smoke.
There's
Like,
literal smoke. Yeah.
I'm having to turn off the smoke alarms
Yeah.
right now. Like it's
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. I'm going to go with man, this is tough.
It's a hard
But it
one.
popped into my head. It's the
Hey,
first thing that
that's
popped into
what I
my
mean.
head, so I'm just gonna go with it. Let's go the Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
Why is that your choice?
It's can be a handheld,
Okay.
or I can connect it to the TV.
Okay.
So I got that.
You have a TV in your dungeon?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But if not,
If
at
not,
least I
you
got
have handheld mode.
Yeah. And somehow I'll keep it charged.
Nice.
And obviously, it's got one of the most amazing games out right now. So there's that.
Okay.
But just in general, the Switch has lots of fun
It does.
games. Lots of little indie games that are
Lots
that are
of
fun.
ports.
Lots of ports.
Play BioShock
You can
on
play
the Switch.
BioShock,
Play
yeah.
The Witcher 3 on the
Yeah,
Switch.
you can play Witcher 3. There's lots of
You can
great
play
games.
Skyrim
I
on
play
the Switch.
Skyrim 2000.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So let's go Switch. It's fun. It's a fun little console.
do you think that the Switch has the best first-party Nintendo lineup of games other than the GameCube, or do you think it's better than the GameCube lineup? First-party Nintendo IPs. So we're talking like the Marios,
Mario.
Zeldas, all that.
The GameCube had a bunch, but I think the Switch to me, I think it's gonna take it. You have Mario Odyssey,
Mm-hmm.
which is an amazing Mario game.
I don't know how they're gonna top that game.
Yeah, Mario Odyssey is amazing.
Yeah.
I finally picked it up, I think about a year ago, played through it. Incredible game.
Oh yeah.
You have obviously the Zelda games.
Yep.
Amazing
the
game.
Wild,
Yeah, Breath of the
Tears
Wild.
of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
You have Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword, yeah.
Yep.
So the GameCube didn't have that.
It's true.
They did have some great games, but
yeah.
just like the things you can do now with
Mhm.
those games is incredible.
It is.
So even though the GameCube did have lots of great games, I'm gonna have to go with the
The
Switch.
Switch. So if you're getting taken right now,
Taken
Liam
right now.
Neeson's gone.
He's gone.
It's a Switch.
The
Nintendo Switch.
yeah.
Good choice. Good choice.
So your turn. You're getting kidnapped.
Oh no.
You're getting taketh,
Take it.
and Sir Liam Neeson
Oh.
can't save you.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I guess why. I don't know why, but he just can't.
Hey, he's busy.
They throw you in a box.
Cardboard box?
Yes, but it's a magical cardboard box.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Electricity.
Yeah.
Internet?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
okay,
can be
wow.
internet. It can be whatever
Man,
you want.
Man, they can capture me right
Yeah.
now. That's perfect.
Yeah. What console are you taking?
Okay, it's going to be a little bit of a hot take. And I know I'm going to preface this. It's not a quote-unquote console. I get it. The Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
The Steam
Why?
Deck.
Why the Steam Deck?
The huge library of games you can play, and I can play PlayStation titles. They've released quite a few on there, and they are releasing newer titles on PS5 and PC, so I have that as an option. Plus, the huge array of PC games that come out in the last 30-plus years are all on Steam. And, funds are a little tight because I'm kidnapped.
Oh yeah.
So the Steam sales are fantastic.
Oh,
for
yeah.
me. I can pick up tons of games and I'm good. Yeah, the Steam Deck for sure. I can play every type of game I can think of, and I'm not trying to do the emulation or anything. I'm saying the console as is, what I can do with Steam. It's the Steam Deck.
oh yeah.
Any game I can think of. It's a phenomenal looking screen. The controls are great. It's probably one of the best feeling handhelds or handheld gaming PCs or whatever you want to call it out there.
oh yeah.
And whatever game I'm feeling. I can play indies, I can play AAA games, I can play games from 2000, from now. They released the God of War games on there, Horizon games. So it's 100%, which is probably right now my favorite gaming console / PC. It's the Steam Deck.
So you get a lot of things all in one
All in one.
package. Yeah.
It's it, and it's nice and easy. So if they got to move me around, if I got to go to a different box, it's easy.
Yeah.
I can carry that with me. Have a little carrying case, and I'm good to go. So
There you go. I don't have a Steam Deck, but I know I'll probably get me one here soon.
oh yeah,
I've watched you play it. I've played yours a few times, and it's really cool. Like it just amazes me, like the power in that thing. Like the fact that it can play God of War,
oh yeah,
that just blows
And
my
well.
mind. And well,
and well. It definitely sucks up the battery. Like a lot of people say, it's the Game Gear of our generation because the graphics are the best that a handheld has really shown.
yeah.
But the battery life, play a AAA game, it's about an hour and a half.
Yeah, but just the fact that you can play it is amazing. I would have never thought that could be a thing, but here we are. It just shows ingenuity and just what we're capable of these days.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. It blows my mind. And,
It's incredible.
and
I
who
play
knows?
the Steam Deck more than any console right now for me.
oh yeah,
Steam Deck's the one I go for.
oh yeah. So curious to see what it'll be like in the next 5 years, 10 years. What we'll be doing. Like,
Absolutely. No, I'm excited for it. There's
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of cool things coming
Oh,
out on the
yeah.
horizon. I saw on a handheld side, you saw the PlayStation announced their Project
yeah.
Q,
Yep.
which is
what'd
not
you
even
think?
really.
Because I didn't. I still need to watch. I forgot to watch it. So, I think you saw it, so you know more about it.
It was
but
good. It
what's your
definitely
thoughts?
was a little less than what the hype was expecting. There's some really cool games coming out that I liked. A lot of really cool trailers. The Project Q, which is it's basically a Wi-Fi remote play setup. So it basically looks like a PlayStation 5 controller chopped in half with an 8-inch screen in the middle. But it's just remote play and Wi-Fi. There's no storage or nothing like that. So
that's-
they didn't announce a price point. It's probably coming out later this year. People are thinking holidays, November timeframe. But I would have loved a spiritual successor to the Vita, the PSP, PSP2, whatever they want to
those are
call
really
it.
Great handhelds.
Or something that you'd be able to download, maybe like a hybrid, where you could download, I want to play God of War Ragnarok on the
Boom.
go. I can download it on it, and I can do remote play. But the fact that it's just remote play, it limits it. I want to be able to play wherever I'm at, no problem. I'm on an airplane, I'm on a train, I can play.
So get the Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
Steam Deck. There you go.
Steam Deck, that's it. Man, that's a lot of consoles. It's been super fun kind of
has been
thinking
super
about.
fun.
And, we did have one, but I will say, yours was all Nintendo.
Yeah.
It was all Nintendo.
All Nintendo.
No diversity
I
around your
know.
parts.
Yeah. I need to be more diverse.
I know. We need to throw some PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
and
Which-
I know you were a Genesis guy too. So
yeah, I was
little
somewhat,
shocked.
somewhat Genesis, but those were the and like I said, it could tomorrow my list could be completely different, which I'm sure yours could too. But for today, for this moment, that is what I chose.
I mean, they're great consoles, so I can't argue with it.
Yeah. But I promise, I do play other things besides Nintendo. I do have an Xbox. I have a bunch of different consoles, but yeah, right now it's just I'm on the Nintendo's where it all started for me, and right now I just happen to be playing Nintendo consoles for obvious reasons. So yeah, Nintendo.
There you go. Hey, it's okay.
It's okay.
You like what you like.
You like what you like, yeah. that's-
Absolutely. Man, but this episode's been super fun.
It
Kind of
has.
going over those 3 consoles. First one that we've done in person live. So it's been super fun as well. Hopefully we'll get a few more of those in pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
We're definitely planning a few others and some really cool ideas and everything. So thank y'all so much for listening. Again, we have episode 1 through 3 already out
1 through 3.
on your favorite podcast platform. So please go listen. Please drop us any sort of likes and comments on our Instagram page. Odd Gaming Media is our handle. Leave us some comments. Definitely know what you're thinking. Any ideas y'all have. We're definitely interested in hearing those as well.
Yeah, and let us know, and we can definitely post it on the Instagram. What's doesn't have to be your top 3, but what's your favorite console that you played,
Absolutely.
and if you were stranded on an island, what would be that one game that
Definitely.
that you would play? Let us know. We'll post it up on our socials and just let
Definitely.
us know. We want to have fun with this, and also I forgot we talked about this about a giveaway that we
Absolutely.
might be doing will do
Yep.
in the future when we get what'd we say 100
100 listeners.
100
Yep.
listeners. What it is, we have no idea.
We don't know yet, but hey, tell everyone about it.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to do a giveaway for 100. So definitely tune in. Tell everybody that you know, everybody that you don't know.
Yeah.
Spread the message of
Odd.
Man, but this has been a super fun episode. Ed, as always, has been great.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Hey, I mean,
could
you're
say that.
part of the host.
Yeah, I could say
you're
I can
part
say
of the
thanks
podcast,
for having
so
me here at your house.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
you're welcome. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I
So-
felt like saying that because I just wanted to.
It's okay. No, I
okay.
appreciate the hospitality.
Yeah.
No, it's great. I mean,
Yeah.
That's chivalry. It's great.
Chivalry.
Yeah, it's
Chivalry's
great.
not dead.
Well, thank y'all so much for listening. Please tune into episode 5. We definitely greatly appreciate it. As always, I've been Stuart.
I'm Ed.
Signing out. Peace out.
Peace out.